What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome back to another week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. As always, I am joined by my best man, Mr. Shaun. Me and Shaun, how's it going?
I'm good. We're back to the classic intro, boy.
The classic intro. I don't have to take a detour to weird news because, Shaun, there's a whole weird news show now that people can go to.
It's like a multiverse, guys, is what we're kind of setting up here.
Good, you're talking their language. Go on.
Yeah. Jingle keys, etc.
It's like a nerd stuff.
Yeah, the kind of stuff you guys like? Yeah, that.
We're like saying that like we're way better.
We're worse, if anything.
Much worse. We have to talk about it. So,
yeah.
Shaun, if this is somebody's first episode, they don't have to do anything, just chill out. If it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share, whatever way you could support the show, that would really help us out. We are going for 150 5-star reviews on Spotify before the summer solstice. The hostage situation still is live. Shaun.
Let me tell you, it's tense here in this bank vault, folks.
I'm sweating.
I'm sweating too. We're the hostages as well.
It's a scene from Airplane with like all the sweat coming down the guy's face.
It's both of us.
So look, if you want to head on over there and give us that 5 stars, that'd be great. We have a Patreon as well if you want to support the show that way. We are reviewing, Shaun, and this month's movie review I think people are going to like.
They'll like the review. I don't think they'll like the movie.
No, the review that was chosen by the patrons for us to review, if you want to go check that out, is 2005's Elektra. That's right. We're doing Jennifer Garner, Elektra.
The one that Jennifer Garner refused to promote because she knew it was a bad film. Let me tell you, that Jennifer Garner, she knows her stuff.
She's a wise woman, to be fair to her. So that's all going on. If you want to get access to that, it's all there. There's loads of extra movie reviews over there and extra bonus content. That's just for the price of a cup of coffee. But Shaun, I think this week's going to be a pretty strong week because I want to talk, obviously, about there's a big revealing from, Avengers stuff. I want to get into that.
Yes.
And then simultaneously, about maybe, very soon into this show, we are going to start on our Daredevil Born Again spoiler review, because we're doing spoilers, I'll be honest with you.
Well, it's out there and you can watch it, and it's like we're 5 episodes in or something?
So we're technically 6 episodes in, but we're only going to episode 5 for the process of a mid-season review.
And I haven't watched episode 6, so that's great.
It worked out perfect. So I have seen 6, but I'm not going to mention what happens in 6 in the mid-season review, because we want to do like a big bunch of them. So we're doing the first 5, and then we'll do a final review of the final 4, and then a final season
do
review.
The other 5.
You know what? That would be the best bit ever. We would just review the first 8, and then stop.
And just stop. No one else cares.
Sure, look, nobody cares about that season finale. So that is going to be coming up.
Chairs, Connor.
So, Shaun, speaking of chairs, there is only one place to start this week, and it was because Marvel and Mr. Feige, they had a pretty big announcement that they wanted to. Well, I say big announcement.
Yeah.
It was a 6-hour live stream of some chairs.
Of some underpaid intern setting up chairs in 10 to 15 minute intervals.
And do you think the intern was paid by the hour, or probably just by the chair?
I think they were paid. I think they got residuals for the taxi they took to get there and nothing else.
Great. So, Shaun, as I said, so we got our live stream. It was like a big reveal for Avengers Doomsday. All the cast unveiled, all the confirmations of who's in it, who's not in it. There was some pretty big names, Shaun. Were you excited?
Well, every name I came up, I was like, oh, I guess, that one is in it.
I found that as well.
I was like, of course they're going to be in it.
No offence to it, but they were like, Florence Pugh. I was like, oh, well, I assume, she probably doesn't die in Thunderbolts.
Also just confirms Taskmaster as being the deadest person to ever exist in a movie.
Yeah, I think we all kind of knew going into Thunderbolts, Taskmaster was going to be the Slipknot of that crew. So to go through the names that were revealed, that we know so far, Shaun, and you tell me when you want to stop.
I'll tell you my level of hype from like at each point.
There's about 50 of them, so I mean, do you want to do for each singular
probably
one?
not. No, that'll get tiring for everyone.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah, perfect.
Anthony Mackie.
None of it's so like for the person cast. Because were you watching the chat as some of the names were announced?
I'll be honest with you, Shaun, I was not watching the chat. You had to tell me this was on, which I feel like I've let the side down because I meant to look at the socials, but I was in work.
That's fair. So, I just had it on in the background as I was like...
He wasn't working, is what he's saying.
No big deal. The idea of it, though, is... Oh, you're waiting to see who's the next person. But it's 15 minutes of build-up.
It's too long.
And so there were so many people, and I hope they weren't watching because it'd be awful. Like, it came to their chair, and the entire chat live was just like, I was hoping for someone better.
You know what? And it doesn't even matter, like, if they're really good. Like, for example, like Kelsey Grammer, right? Really good. Or, no, Wyatt Russell, I guarantee, got absolutely destroyed.
Oh, he got roasted.
So if you go like Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, 15 minutes, Wyatt Russell. Like, I've been here an hour and 15 minutes, Wyatt. I need something else.
Now, me and you, we cheer for Wyatt Russell.
We love Wyatt. Wyatt Russell is the perfect shithouse in that current role of US agent. But I also think if I had to wait 15 minutes for the reveal of Wyatt Russell, I also would not be as hyped.
Yes. Now, I also understand the idea of this was not that anyone sits down and watches the full thing for 5 hours or whatever. It basically just... People had it on in the background, which meant on an algorithm, YouTube was like, oh, fucking everyone's watching this and they've been tuned in for 3 hours. We better keep promoting it. So, like, statistically looks great for them. You're meant to just read this on the list.
But it was similar to, like, the with Paul Rudd, like the chair being small. I think that's a good bit. I enjoy that bit,
I would say.
But I enjoyed the bit, but over a 2-minute video, that's comedy gold. You do the full video of everybody, and then the last chair is Paul Rudd, and it's only 2 minutes long, and it's put up on all the socials. I think you've got a million hits.
They should have panned over, because spoilers, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are back. They fully should have panned over and it'd be a wheelchair for Patrick. Like, if you're doing bits,
but for Ian McKellen, for that time he fell off the stage.
He's an older man, you know. God, I hope Ian McKellen doesn't get horribly depressed on a Marvel set.
For Patrick Stewart, it's just a neck brace because his neck is broke.
Like, and someone out the music's because it built with like the character's theme. Before the chair was put down, and it was Namor's theme, Tenoch Huerta. That started playing. Everyone in the YouTube chat was like, "Oh my god, it's Moon Knight! Oscar Isaac is back."
But you know what? I think Oscar could kill it, but Oscar now can't be in the same movie as the X-Men, or can he?
I think he can, because it's multiverse and stuff like that. None of it really matters.
Oh yeah, I suppose none of this matters, show. We're all going to die soon.
Connor.
Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Tenoch Huerta, Ebon Moss-Bacharach, Simu Liu, Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, Lewis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, Joseph Quinn, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John Kamen, Tom Hiddleston, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, Rebecca Romaine, James Marsden, Channing Tatum snuck in there, and Pedro Pascal and Robert Downey Jr.
So 2 things. One, the Channing Tatum, I really don't think he should be in this movie. I think he should just leave him where we left him.
He made a name for himself.
He followed through. And also, this entire thing would have hit so much harder if they hadn't already announced that Robert Downey Jr. was coming back.
Oh, actually, yeah, they take away the Comic-Con thing, you want the chair.
Yeah, like, and don't, like, because then, again, I said this in the Captain America report, I understand marketing is a thing, but I would like some level of restraint for the sake of artistic payoff, because if they just announce Robert Downey Jr. is coming back, none of the Doom announcement, then at least when he shows up as Doom in this fucking movie, it will be interesting.
Yeah, but because now we've kind of talked it to death of how it's going to look and what's going to happen, and he's just going to be evil Iron Man. Which is
pretty much
it's all right, but yeah, I actually hadn't even thought of that. But yeah, if you do the chair reveal, that's a pretty cool look. Although then you could also say, does it get mixed in with all the X-Men reveals and all the old cast coming back and the new cast and the multiverse?
Well, I think there's a lot going on. World where you get both, I think, and is that this shouldn't have been a 5-hour live stream across various social medias. Imagine. Because if you want the Comic-Con pop, just delay this announcement by like 3 months, right? Don't say anything in the lead up. And then every individual actor comes out at Comic-Con. And like the first few, it's like, oh, okay, these are our like known Avengers. These are in the universe. And then Kelsey Grammer walks out. Big pop. You know, Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, Rebecca Romaine, all of these people, James Marsden, I guess.
Hey, now he's got the best hair in Hollywood. Don't you be slagging James.
And so all of this happens, and then Robert Downey Jr. walks out.
Yeah. You
still get the same pop, but it's delivered in a much better way. And also, just don't cast him as Doom. Just don't cast him at all,
Just don't cast him. It's fine. Bring him back as Iron Man, a different world, I suppose. But that also kind of ruins it. But I just like Doom. Just bring back a different Doom.
And you know the way, like, Chris Evans is definitely coming back for this movie.
100%.
He's the most back man there's ever been. If they wanted a different pop, there should have been one more chair that just said Chris Evans. Because we know he's coming back.
We should do one more chair that's blank. And then everyone's like, who's the blank? Oh, well, shit.
This is my other issue, right? Is that they've said on social media, oh, there's going to be more. So this whole 5 hour, like, it's not even like you get all of the information.
Well, I mean, they're missing Mark Ruffalo, Chris Pratt, Charlie Cox, maybe, Benedict Wong, Iman Vellani, who would love to see Miss Marvel come back, Jeremy Renner, Tom Holland listening in these chairs,
Maslany,
Oscar Isaac. There's a lot of names that aren't here. So
was Cumberbatch on there?
Cumberbatch was not there.
Okay.
Was he there?
No, he wasn't on one of the chairs. He didn't get a chair.
No, he's not. He doesn't have a chair. No.
So he's okay. Doctor Strange isn't in the next Avengers movie, I guess.
See, I just think a 5 hour thing is too long.
Yeah.
Is that the old man in me to be like, lads, just do it in a 2-minute video. You would have gotten like a bajillion clicks. It's all going to be good. But like the 5 hour thing, I think I love when you're like the 15 minutes and then it moves out, like, fuck's sake.
Because you're just, and the worst one I saw was like when David Harbour's name popped up. Everyone was like, I guess, yeah. Like,
so they're all in it. I mean, it's absolutely fine. If you don't know anything about Doomsday or Secret Wars or anything like that, Shaun, where can people find out a bit more about all this?
Oh, Connor, your boy went insane. So, last Friday, we did a Hero or Zero all about the first, basically third of Secret Wars 2015 that Doomsday / Secret Wars the movie are going to be taking some inspiration from. We're breaking it down, going to be happening over the course of a few weeks, and it's a little primer on everything to do with that story.
And all those words are just hitting together. And it's. I have a question. The OG X-Men, how long are they lasting?
It's a glorified cameo, you know?
I think their planet arrives and then it just gets exploded by a different planet.
Immediately, yeah. And I also think Deadpool is going to show up and be like, oh, I'm late. And then that's it.
Look at my balls.
Look at my balls.
So that is the Avengers talk. I mean, are you hyped? More hyped for it? Same amount of hyped?
I'm the same level of hyped, which is not a lot, to be honest.
It's still going to make $1 bajillion, so it's fine. They're delighted with this. People love this.
And here's the thing, is that I've been rereading Secret Wars for the report. I'm happy to just read that comic. That's a really good story.
It's real fun. It's a good comic.
Yeah. Good time, you know?
It's famous for a reason. So, Shaun, I want to touch on one small more thing before we get onto the Daredevil Born Again review, and that is our recurring segment of Who's Directing Blade Now?
Oh, it's back.
It's back. Now, it's been a little while, so if people don't know, Blade, the movie, Mahershala Ali signed on to do Blade in about, I think when he was 12.
Pre-COVID, I think.
I think it was 2019 or 2020, I can't remember when. He signed on to do, 2019 was the announcement. He signed on to do Blade. It was a full reboot. Oscar-winning Mahershala Ali, perfect casting. It's a slam dunk. You can't go wrong with that kind of movie.
And 6 years later, we still don't have a Blade movie.
They've lost about 6 directors. They've lost 6 writers. They've just had people come in and go out and come in. The shortest was 3 weeks, I think, or 4 weeks.
But yeah, and also Mahershala Ali's agent/lawyer came out and was like, yeah, it's really weird that they're just messing him around for this long.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. But now, Shaun, we have our next report of who has been tapped to direct and this is the exact heading, the ill-fated Blade reboot.
You don't want to be ill-fated in Hollywood.
Apparently reports are claiming that the John Wick franchise helmer, Chad Stahelski, is the latest of all the filmmakers to take the reins of the long gestating blockbuster. So, Shaun, we got the John Wick guy in to do Blade, and so
pretty good.
The question becomes, Shaun, there's only 2 options. 1, does it get made? And 2, how long does he last before he leaves the project as well?
I don't think he's not sticking around. He's
too talented to be here.
He's too talented, and also they're about to remake all the Bournes, and if he's not at the top of that list, I don't know who's on that.
Oh my god, what is it? Yeah, he just walks into the Bourne movies.
100%. It's the easiest paycheck that he'll ever get.
Yeah.
So I'll give him 6 months. No, 4 months before he's gone.
So it's 4 months. So it's April. So you're giving him until August.
Yeah. Wait. When's Comic-Con?
Our game of when do the talented people leave this godforsaken project?
Yeah, because they're going to push him to come out on stage. So July... Okay. End of July is San Diego Comic-Con.
If he makes it there.
This is the thing. I think in the run-up to that, they're really going to be pushing him to come out on stage and tell everyone how good Blade's going to be. And he's like, I don't have faith in this. So I'm going to change my answer, and he's going to last till the start of July. I
think, what day is Comic-Con in San Diego?
The 24th to the 27th.
I think he lasts until the 23rd of that month. And then I think he realises what he's gotten himself into, and he's like, oh, this movie's never happening. Okay, that's fair enough. You'd have to be a genius to figure out some sort of Blade movie with Mahershala Ali. There's no way to do that properly.
There's no successful Blade movie that's ever been made. It's a poison chalice.
We've said it so many times, just literally pick up the script from Blade 1 and just do it again.
Yeah.
And you would still get a middling to decent movie.
But I think we also said it'll probably be worse than the original Blade, but that's fine.
Yeah, there has to be a scene in a nightclub with a big blood coming out. Just do the exact same movie.
I think they're too scared to do that kind of thing now. It would all be shot on the volume and it'd be shit.
Just release Mahershala Ali, for God's sake. The man is so talented.
Yeah, just let him do his own thing and cast someone else. Can I just say as well, and I had this thought during the week and I didn't voice it to you, but there's no reason that Blade can't be as good as The Batman in terms of a film.
That's big. That's a big claim.
It's a big claim. Tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, it can definitely be like right up there in terms of some batshit stuff going on.
Yeah, he is such a perfect character for just telling his own story in his own style. It doesn't have to be MCU-ified.
So you're saying what you want to do is you want to take Matt Reeves away from writing the script for the Batman 2 and make him do Blade.
Pretty much. Yeah. I don't want the Batman 2 to happen. So I think that'll be funnier. I also want to retroactively stop the Fall Guy from being made.
All right, you see, what are you saying here? What's going on? What's happening? So, look, I wanted to give everyone an update on how Blade is doing, but if they get Chad in and they've got John Wick, I love that we're like, normally we'd be like, wow, that's fucking great casting. Like, that's really good. That's a great get. You got Mahershala Ali, you got fucking John Wick boys. Like, that's great.
But now we're like, he could do better.
We're like, Chad, go to the Bourne movies.
Well, I'd rather see him do a Bourne movie than...
Because at least he'll have fun. There'll be light in his eyes over there. If he goes into this and it's the 7th attempt to do this fucking just terrible project that will never be made.
But I would like anyone they pick for this, I want them to come in and sweep everything off of the desk and just be like, here's what I'm doing. And not try and match everything that's already been planned.
Walk in, spit on Kevin Feige, and then you say, look at me, I'm the captain now. And then you take over.
I think genuinely you could talk Kevin Feige into a situation where he allows you to deck him on the first day of production to establish dominance. I think he would buy into that.
It's in your contract.
Yeah, you rock up, call time, 7 o'clock. Feige's there, whole cast and crew is there.
And you want
right
Feige
hook.
to be kind of mean to somebody, just like like a runner or something, just like, hey you, what the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck over here. Like, he has to kind of be a bully, a bit of a dickhead, and then you come in looking real cool. Yeah. And if you hit him,
now you're on
everyone's
side.
like, hey.
It's like how, Michael Bay always hires someone specifically to fire them on the first day.
Yeah, but everyone knows that, so it kind of loses its point, so he has to hire 2 people.
Yeah, but if Chad starts taking swings, but in your defence, then you'll do anything you want for Chad. Yeah,
then you're terrified of Chad.
Then you build an element of fear into your workplace.
All we want is an element of fear in all workplaces. That's just an innocent I think. It's grand.
Conor mandates it on this show, anyway.
I think there should always be an element of, I could get kung fu'd here in any workplace.
At any moment, I'm in danger of being judo chopped.
You don't want the James Bond judo chop straight to the neck. That'll end you.
The double hand judo chop, that'll end a man's career.
The Sean Connery double hand. A
classic of the genre.
So, Sean, we are going to get into officially our Daredevil Born Again mid-season review. So it's going to be a mid-season. It's got the 5. There's 9 episodes. We're going to do the first 5 here. Sean, I mean, there's lots to talk about. First of all, it's spoilers. So if you haven't seen any of the first 5 episodes, I would recommend going to watch them.
I'm going to say as well, if you haven't seen any of the Netflix Daredevil, that's open to be spoiled.
Kind of, but I don't know if we're going to mention any of that.
I just want to do a blank, like anything. If you haven't seen Dune, I'm going to spoil some of Dune.
If you haven't seen Flash Gordon, we're going all the way back.
Yeah. Usual Suspects, you better believe I know who Kaiser Soze is.
Oh, fuck. Let me know off Cat Mike there, please.
Oh, yeah, no worries at all.
Can't be that little guy. He walks so weird. So, Sean, Daredevil Born Again. I think there's only one question that I have for you, and that is, are we back?
Boys, I think we're so back.
Get the word out, we back up, is what you're saying to me.
This fucking rocks. This show rips, man.
It absolutely rips. Right? I was going into this, and I'm going to say it very plainly, that this show, I expected to be bad.
Yeah. I think we were both hopeful, but ready for it.
I was hopeful, but emotionally ready to be like, well, look, the first 3 seasons exist, so it's fine, and it's come over here, and there's been a lot of pre-production problems. I assume it's not going to be as good, and that's fine, because not everything has to be amazing, so it can just be grand, and they all got a paycheck, and we could all go home.
But it's this perfect mix of, like, it feels like the Netflix show, a little lighter, I would say, in tone, which I'm not mad about, but it's a level of quality we've not seen from a Disney Plus series, to be honest.
This show has such a funny pre-production in that, and I think this is the first time ever. So Kevin Feige's been trying all these Disney Plus shows for a long time, right? And what they did was, about 5 to 10 years ago, they took all the people they had a whole, like, Disney Plus, Marvel, TV broadcast people, a crew, and then they decided, they fired all of them. They were like, we don't need them. And then they got movie people in to do TV shows. And suddenly they weren't as good, because I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. Like, we got movie people doing them now. It has to be twice as good.
We threw so much more money at it.
We give them double the money, and we gave people who have never done this before the reins. So
because we all know movie is just better TV, right?
It's better TV. And so unfortunately that wasn't working. And so they did this first run through of this show, and a lot of the actors said they were going to come back and do it. So, for example, you had John Bernthal, who plays Frank Castle, has been very vocal about the fact that they sent him the first draft of the script, and he said, no thank you, I don't want to be involved. You also had originally Karen Page and Foggy Nelson were not in this show at all.
Which, watching the 5 episodes that we've got, insane to think you could do it without them. What
were they going to do is the question.
I will say episode 5 in the bank, that's definitely a script from before that change was made.
I completely agree, but simultaneously I actually think 5 is my favourite episode of this season.
5 fucking rocks, man. 5 is just...
Because it's a one-shot.
Yeah, it's like an issue of a comic where it's just Daredevil getting into a scrape.
I read the best description of it, and it's like the first 4 episodes are like a comic book run or an arc, and then the 5th episode is the Christmas annual that comes out and isn't related to anything that's going on, and then the issue directly after the annual goes straight back into the plot of Daredevil's in trouble.
But it's just a story, and it's it's so good. It's so, but it
works. I keep telling you that doesn't mean anything.
It does though.
But I also think that the show doesn't work if every episode is that.
No.
So it works so much. That episode only works because it's one, and all the rest of them are all like just connected in a different way, completely different stories.
Yeah, I think my favourite episode might be the one where I think it's episode 2 or 3. It's like he's been clean. He's not been daredeviling, and then he gets the witness
police
from the apartment. Yeah,
that's episode 2. That's episode 2.
And the police are there, and he's on the ground, and he's like, "Please don't." And he's not, and he's asking for him.
He's talking to himself, and they like have a gun to his head, and they're after like beating him up, and he's just like, don't do this, you don't need to do this, don't need to do this. And it's so well done, because they're like think he's talking to them, but he's talking to himself like, you don't need to break these men's bones. You don't need to break their bones. It's fine.
You're like, you have a regular life now.
And he would have taken the beating until they pull out the gun. And it's only when they pull out the gun he's go, I'm about to die. For fuck. No, okay. Right, here we go. And he just absolutely annihilates two of them.
It's so fucking mathematical the way he takes everyone down in this. Like
it's so good. I will say that obviously you had the writer's strike and the actor's strike that came in as well, and so they did the first, I think 4 or 5 episodes of this, and apparently Kevin Feige and the rest of the people at Marvel watched the first few episodes that they had done on the first go round, and they all agreed that this was really bad, so they fired all of the writers and the directors that had worked on it previously and brought back all of the TV people that they had gotten rid of.
Who established the characters that everyone knew and loved for 3 seasons.
So you brought back all the people from Netflix that worked on the Netflix show and were like, hey, do you want to do a new show or a new season instead of like a brand new show? And it turns out that those people, they quite understand the characters. They actually can write a really good show.
And it's also, watching episode 1, it's like, I'm back into this world, but also, if I had never watched Daredevil, it just feels like jumping into an established world, which is so refreshing. One of the best lines, and I think it's ADR, because it's kind of off screen in a different tone, but it's when he's in Frank Castle's little fucking safe house.
Yeah.
And Frank is just like, oh, and what, Bullseye just gets to live. And it's just this really natural line of, oh no, he just calls him by his fucking villain name.
Because they've run past each other. Like, they must have encountered each other at some stage.
Yeah, and they don't call him fucking Dex or whatever his real name is.
Okay, two things. One, I was watching this, and I think I came to the conclusion that Jon Bernthal might be one of my favourite, like, living actors. That, like,
he's insane, right?
He's one of the most talented people, I think, just on the screen. That, like, when he's there, I want to watch him.
Yeah.
When he's saying shit, when, like, even just, I know he's in it more going forward. I think they're already recording season 2 at this point, but he's definitely going to pop up later on this season as well.
Yeah.
But you have episode 4, he pops in, and he's just eating the whole screen. Like, he's taking over the show. And Charlie Cox is absolutely amazing in this show. And when Jon Bernthal's on the screen, when he's talking, and he talks so low with the gravelly voice, and when he's and it's like, because he's talking so low, you have to just really listen, and you have to, like, really concentrate and, like, lean in and be like, what's he talking about? Like, when he's talking about his child.
Oh man, he goes from absolute rage of just like, oh, fucking say Foggy's name, you absolute coward, to them being like, no, I hear my kid, like, and
my
he's
kid
the one that tells me to
get
kill
him, Daddy.
people.
Get them all.
He's insane. Also, the camera, whenever Jon Bernthal is talking, there's this slight push in that it does every time.
Oh, and I was only literally watching that scene, and I was like, I think Jon Bernthal is like my top 3 actors. If he's in something, I'm just like, you just can't take your eyes off him.
Yeah, I'm also super impressed that they went with the real life storyline of shit cops adopting the Punisher logo.
Oh, so good. What a fucking bold strategy.
Yeah, wild for Marvel to do, who are consistently cowards on every topic.
Yeah, that's exactly, I think this show is amazing, and I think we're so surprised by it because we expected them to just be cowards.
Yeah.
just do the blandest version of this.
But like the first arc of this with White Tiger, and the actor's name escapes me, but he died very suddenly, which sucks. And he's great in this as well. But the whole idea of like dirty cops and people being afraid to testify in front of cops and everything like that, this is not a critique. It feels like a real show. You get me?
Yeah. And it's very on brand for, especially with Fisk as well. So like, it's just like really on brand. Camar de los Reyes is Hector Ayala. So, and he actually died of, I think it was pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, not long
like
after
2 years ago.
Filming, I think.
Yeah, literally straight after. He's really good in this. And so like, everyone in this is so good. Those episodes, by the way, with White Tiger are... there's not 1 week episode. Like, we're just going to do the first 5 here. And every single one of them... There's been lots of weird talk that's like, oh, nothing happened in this. Like, in 5. Oh, we see why they revealed 5 and 6. Because of a weekly thing, you reveal the 2 of them or whatever. But I was watching it like, this is enough for me. Like, the weekly thing... I understand people are like, I want things to happen every single week. We want the big things to happen. But I love a good filler episode. I think filler episodes are nice.
100%, but I don't think this show has had really a filler episode. Like, the bank is the closest one, but it's Matt coming back to superheroing is what that conveys.
If I just say the plot to you of number 5 of Matt Murdock solving a bank heist from within as Matt Murdock, not Daredevil.
But he voluntarily walks back in. That is a choice that he wouldn't have made this time a year ago. Because he was out.
Yeah. And I mean, there's so many good things in all the different episodes, but yeah, okay,
Charlie Cox gets to use an Irish accent and he fucking nails it again. The man's insane.
He's one of us. He's one of us. So, if you don't know, our current thing is Charlie Cox can do no wrong, because he was on an Irish show called Kin, which is like an Irish gangster show. And can you imagine the fear of anybody who's not Irish? And it's like on the Irish Broadcast Network.
Yeah, it's like our national broadcaster.
And it was like 9 o'clock. It was like a big show. Prime time, and it was like a full-on drama. I think it was like 6 or 7 episodes, and he was the only English person in it doing an Irish accent, and the bravery that takes to be, because our ears are attuned to it. So like when he comes on screen, like no matter where you're from, so like if you're Australian, someone who's not Australian doing your accent, or like
anywhere you're from, you know the little intricacies, and we like to the point where like we can hear an accent that is half an hour away from us and know where someone is from. That's the same in Australia, and like I know I have Brazilian friends who have the same thing, but like to do that in the country's national broadcaster.
The balls to pull that, because the hate he could have gotten if that accent wasn't good.
And we've had so many bad acts, like Boondock Saints.
Everyone has heard the Bigara Bejays. We've all seen that Murder She Wrote episode where she goes to Ireland.
Oh, because
it's bad, right? But Charlie Cox comes on screen and he does a flawless Dublin accent, to the point of I was watching it and I forgot that he was English, but then I watch this and I forget he's English because he's also doing the American accent.
But he slips into like Belfast so easily as well in this.
And Charlie, you can't do any wrong. You're allowed back. You're the only English lad who's allowed in here.
He also seems like a nice man in general.
Just seems like a nice man.
Love you in Stardust.
He is genuinely. He's him and Fisk, him and Vincent D'Onofrio.
Killing just that scene in the diner. Like, so tense, but they hate each other. They have weird respect for each other as well.
This is not a Daredevil show. This is a Daredevil Wilson Fisk show. They are co-leads, I would say. This is why this works. And I think we're season 2 maybe kind of... look, season 2 gets a lot of hate. First 4 episodes of season 2 are absolutely outstanding. Anything to do with... The Punisher is, and I think the best episode of that whole show, 3 seasons, is the two of them on the rooftop,
and
talking.
Great, fantastic.
But I think where season 2 kind of gets a little lost is Wilson Fisk is in jail. And he's not like on the rise. Yeah. And I think season 1 is like we see Wilson Fisk, we see Daredevil, we see the two of them rising, and then they meet in the middle at the end, and then there's the big face off. And what this does really well is that you have the exact same thing. Fisk goes up as mayor, Matt Murdock is in his life, and the two of them are on a collision course. Yeah. They're coming towards each other, but they're both moving up at the same time, and it's getting there.
The Fisk stuff in episodes 1 and 2 specifically are some of the best Fisk stuff I've seen. Like, the two things. The bit where he walks out of the limo or the taxi or whatever and stands in front of the pothole and is just like, fix this.
Yeah.
Like, perfect Kingpin mayor move. And then, I think it might be episode 3 actually, but it's when he goes... and he has the guy that Vanessa cheated with. And he's caged up and he's just eating a meal in front of him.
And the both sides of Fisk of just like, I'll do this, but simultaneously I will chop all of your arms and your legs off.
Yeah.
If anything, because I'm still a mob boss at the end of the day.
And there is this undercurrent of there's the like gang, someone's trying to fill the vacuum that's left by Kingpin going legit.
Yeah.
And I think Fisk is realising... it has to be him or Vanessa to fill that vacuum. And
Vanessa says that to him. That like, with him gone, like there is a gap there that people are trying to fill.
Apparently Vanessa wasn't in this show.
No, they did. They had a different actress coming back.
Insane. Because they work so well together. Them in couples therapy...
It's so good.
It's so good.
And the person doing it is Matt's new girlfriend. Oh my God.
Can I just say, Matt Murdock... absolute horn dog this entire fucking
he's a whore.
He's And the thing is, I'd fall for it myself. Do you know?
You know the bit with the lawyer. And
he's like, "Oh, you're going to."
Is it the DA? And he's talking to the DA, and he's like, give my client like 10 days. The pure just charisma of that man. He's like really down in his luck, and the minute like a supermodel walks in, he just like powers up.
Yeah.
It's like, wait till you see this.
Also, my favourite thing in the world is any time Matt pretends to be actually blind. It's just so, like, every time I'm like, you fucking shitbird. You know exactly what you're doing.
So many good lines, by the way. I love the bit with the police officer after episode 2. So when he kicks the shit out of the detective and the other guy,
and he sees him in court.
They're meeting them in the courthouse, but then I think it's after Hector gets killed. So it's episode 4. He meets him in the courthouse again. He's like, "What do you know about it?" And your man's like, I don't know anything. My dad has this badge. My brother has this badge. I have this badge." And he's like, "I have a lot of friends that would like to meet you," or whatever. They get very rowdy, and Matt just goes, "You're going to need to bring more than you brought the last time." And he just gives him the biggest shit-eating grin you've ever seen in your life.
Because in that moment as well, he's like, "No, I could just kick the shit out of you again. That's fine."
I love Matt just not giving a shit. He's like, "I'm better than you. Yeah. I know I am." And
he was willing to give it all up as well.
Yeah. I think we need to talk about the big thing from episode 1. We mentioned Dex and Bullseye. I mean, Bullseye is the biggest hater anyone's ever hated before.
Yeah, no, he is. That comic accurate as well. Miserable man.
Just loves killing people. He just cannot stop killing people, and he loves it.
Loves killing, hates Matt Murdock.
And he hates Matt Murdock. Foggy, unfortunately, does not make it. And I love
Foggy, right? I think this was the move.
I think he's coming back. There's a part of me.
I have seen online rumblings the Foggy is alive truthers. Yeah,
the witness protection thing. I just don't trust that they would get rid of them altogether and keep, because Karen Page is coming back, so Deborah Ann Wool is definitely returning for numerous episodes later on, and then in season 2. So I don't know. I just have a theory that he's actually coming back. I don't mind if he's dead. I don't mind that. But
but I would equally be fine if he came back. I don't think either one is a bad decision.
It would be the big comic book reveal if he was like, "Actually, I was in witness protection. I wasn't dead at all." But I suppose it takes away from a lot of Matt's kind of characterization this season. It was a bold strategy to kill him all straight away.
Yeah, but it also sets the stakes, I think, and it also, for a Born Again story. Like, Born Again, Mark Millar is one of, like, it's the Daredevil story. It, like, set the tone for what Daredevil is for the last fucking 30, 40 years, however long it's been. And it is, his life is destroyed. And, like, he rebuilds himself by being more Daredevil, is how he does it. So, I think killing Foggy, who was, for a lot of, like the emotional core of that original Netflix series, I think it sets a tone, and also it works of just pushing Matt into being more, not more extreme, but like stopping and then deciding to come back.
I think Matt Murdock, if anyone doesn't know anything about Matt Murdock, very similar to Spider-Man, in that he's only good when he's sad, and he's always sad.
Sad most of the time,
He's most of the time sad, and so you got to get Matt to a point where he's just like a day from God, I'm going to give it all up. And then just as he gets to that point, then you give him some light. I think it's like you attach a bit of food to like a string, and then like you keep nearly letting him get in and then run away really fast.
It's a carrot on a stick. Like, he has to keep moving forward. I did like what's his name? The main bank robber in Devlin, that's his name, who is
played by Cillian O'Sullivan.
Cillian O'Sullivan, yeah. I did like in the bank robbery, he was like, "Oh, so the blind." I like how he calls him a solicitor every time as well. The blind.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah, because that's our word for lawyer.
Yeah, we don't say lawyer, we say solicitor. So when he's like, we have a solicitor in the... And I was like, yes.
Yeah, go on, lads. But he was like, oh, the blind solicitor from Hell's Kitchen grew up an orphan. You're a fucking Charles Dickens poem waiting to happen. Like,
It's so good.
just hang a lantern on it. It's great.
It's so good, just like taking the piss out of him. I also, that bank scene, the whole scene, obviously Miss Marvel's dad is there.
Yeah.
Good to see him, shout out to him. But I think that's why it was meant to be the original version, because they were like, look at all these different people that we have, wow, these are all connected and all that stuff, and nobody really cares.
The only time I went was when they held up the Funko Pop.
That was a bit far. That was definitely a bit far.
Like,
you could have just had him there.
Yeah, we get there's merch. We'll buy it all later.
Yeah, it's fine. But the bit when he takes out the first bank robber, I can't remember the actual name. Powell, I think, maybe, or whatever his name is.
The one with the specifically red mask.
Of course, he has the red mask. But the fact that they take away the sound, like that whole action set piece is so good. Where he's like,
one of my favourite Daredevil things is when he uses his cane as his billy club. Fantastic. Love that.
and he's like beating him up but making no noise and choking him, and then he slides down the stairs and catches the shotgun before it like falls, and it's just like he chokes him out with his ties and like has the shotgun in his right hand.
It's phenomenal staircase fight,
it's so good,
which Daredevil is known for.
But it's completely different because he's not fighting off 20 people, he's just fighting off one guy just in a suit.
He's always in control. I will say, from the first episode, he can take a lot more of a beating than he could in the Netflix show.
Yes.
He got stabbed maybe 8 times in that bullseye fight.
Just walks it off. Is angry. He's real mad. I love the choir singing to Fisk. I love that.
And he's just like, no, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I hate this.
We built this city, and then they keep going back into it.
Yeah.
And just the eyes on his face, he's just like, I could kill all of these children right now if I wanted to.
Also, James Gandolfini's son is in this.
Yes.
And he's killing it. Like, I love him.
He's definitely gonna die, but he's killing it.
I think that man's getting Cardored at the nearest opportunity.
You think Cardor? I think he's gonna do the classic double fist, pumping down straight onto his head.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah. The judo chop, of course.
I think it's the Fisk judo chop, but it's fists.
Wilson Fist.
Wilson Fists. But he's fucked up once, and I think he's going to fuck up again, and I think that'll be the end of him.
I think he's been given a second chance, which, like, Fist being magnanimous and fucking, hey, you made a mistake, but do better. Love that, but you only get one chance at that.
Yeah, then he's probably going to end it. There's BB Yorick,
yes,
Ben
the
BB
reports.
Yeah, her niece. I absolutely adore the interview stuff on the street. I think it's so good as an editing thing.
So natural as well.
Yeah. Like, whoever came up with that idea, that's a genius way to do it, because it just cuts the scenes up. It takes, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds, 25 seconds, but it really moves along plots, and it tells you how the vibe of the city, it makes like the world completely open.
Yes, and I also like, you're hearing that from the perspective of people rather than news stations, which is how I think a weaker show would say, here's the vibe in the city today.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, here's like actual people talking. And like, it's not all, Fisk is the best. It's not all that. It's like you get every side. And
it's the most New York people that have ever New Yorked.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised genuinely if these were real people and they asked him about certain political people. I know it builds up BB
as a character as well, because like it's her show and she's contacting these people and she's talking to them, and so like you're doing 3 things at once there. Like you're building the world, you're creating characters, you're also like, then it's a great way to then, like, as I said, break up plot lines. So if it's a really heavy scene, then you can just go into something like that, and it takes the edge off, but it also moves the plot forward. And like it was really good during the White Tiger stuff with Hector.
Yeah.
And they were like cutting the people in his area. They were like, he saved me so many times. Like this area isn't safe anymore. The other guy's like, he's not going to get a fair trial. There's nobody from this area there.
And it just it fleshes out the world so much. Also love all the like actual law stuff to do with that White Tiger trial.
Oh, Matt absolutely kills it as his lawyer.
Does so much, but also even the judge being like, hey, we can't use this as evidence, and like all of that background stuff that they clearly had a legal researcher on the team like penned together.
Yeah.
Works so good.
I mean, we could talk about this for like probably another hour or two.
Imagine there's a whole other 5 episodes to talk about in a few weeks.
And we're going to do a review of that, but we can't recommend it enough. There's no real weak links. For us anyway, personally for me, I had so much fun watching this.
Yeah, I just really enjoy this show, man.
I just really like it. And I like and everybody's doing great performances. There hasn't been a weak link. Even the episodes, like, I don't think there's an episode where I'm like, oh, I would never watch that again. Like, I would rewatch this whole season so far.
Yeah, like, because like, we both loved the pilot episode of Ms. Marvel. The middle of that show is a fucking train wreck.
Yeah, falls off a cliff. But
it hasn't happened with this, and I'd like to say I don't think it will either.
And Muse as a villain is just super interesting. He's just like,
Muse is insane.
He's just disgusting, but it's so good. It's so good. He's taking blood from people. Such a good design as well. Really good design. I love the new Daredevil suit. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Like
although technically not happened yet, but you know what I mean.
But I'm on Twitter, like, for my sins.
Yeah. Have you seen the season 2 suit?
The season 2 Daredevil suit.
Yeah, they're filming or whatever. They're behind the scenes.
The black one, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. It looks real good. I thought that was fake. That's real. That's insane.
It's like the Batman, but like Daredevil.
Which is what, like, Batman is it? Oh, it's what it should be. Anyway,
so good. Go watch this show. It's so good. I think that's it for this week's movie news, Sean, because we got to go. If anyone doesn't know, there's a weird news show. Let's go over if you want to go check that out.
Yeah, tip on over and listen to that. It's linked below and everything like that. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. If you want to support us over there, it helps us to keep making the shows, helps us keep ads off the video or off the audios and stuff like that. So everyone who supports us over there is an absolute legend. You do also get a shout out for being a patron. So big thank you to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast, Evanson, Waffles, the Wacky Wizard of Wonderful Words, David Clarke, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Frost, currently riding a WWE hyperfixation wave, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine don't like our chances of winning the Eurovision, Russ, I really appreciate you chasing me for those questions that you didn't use in the Q&A. Nice one, fellas. Parfitt, Jackson Brueheim, Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day and tipsily subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, Mikeychairsnumber1fan Shaun is cool and a genius. Rory, Sean having a crush on Master Tigress was not on Pete's bingo card for 2025. Jack Markham, Hunter Harvard the Texas Ironman, Donegal George, Lisa ran out of witty names this week, Justin Bowman, Joe Reid and John Neesmith. Thank you all for your support. We really, really appreciate you. Heading over to the Patreon if you want to support us over there. There is also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's @heroesforhirepod. The 4 is a number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilman's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. Blue Sky is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've been Sean Neal.
And we shall see you all next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.